watching Maine Biz Sunday, Maine's business news source.
We are back with David Shaw, founder and retired CEO of IDEXX Laboratories, executive chairman of Icaria, a biopharmaceuticals company, and now managing partner of Blackpoint Group, a private investment and venture capital firm. I want to continue our discussion. You know, when we were preparing for the show, and as I was developing these questions, we were talking, and you said, boy, you really have a focus on kind of the external factors as opposed to the internal factors relating to business. A lot of my questions have to do with the business climate in Maine and how do we make it and what's your advice. But you see that's overweight, and people are, really the focus should be on the internal business decisions and how you make your business decisions?
From an entrepreneur's point of view, yes. I would say that many successful entrepreneurs have developed in all kinds of business climates, and I would say that the success is a choice, and entrepreneurs are famous for overcoming. Great entrepreneurs are famous for overcoming almost any obstacle that you throw in front of them, and certainly business climate would not be one of the most daunting of those. Okay. The most daunting issues start with building a great team, surrounding yourself with great people and building a great team, having a great business plan, having a business plan that's better than all of your competitors and will withstand all of the very, very tough things that you run into, not just building a business, but building, particularly in the technology world, building a business that is the best in the world at what it does and can withstand competition from Japan and China and...
I guess one of the other things I wanted to ask about too, in just the general sense of business, because you're in the capital business as well, that's another thing you need. You need a good team, but you got to have the investors, the money there to actually do the business. Is capital out there right now, and what's your advice to people who are trying to, entrepreneurs right now?
Yeah, well, there's always capital out there. We're living in one of the tougher economic crises any of us have seen in our lifetimes. There was as much as $100 billion, of venture capital put out in a single year back in 2000. Now that number on an annual basis has normalized to about $20 billion a year.
Yeah, I saw one of the charts you sent me about that, and it's dramatic. It's amazing to see it graphed out that way, where it's just 2000 had fallen down and then blipped up and now it's way down again.
Yeah, so that was an extreme bubble, but for the past couple of years, the venture capital community, the established venture capital community, which consists of 800 or 1,000 firms, which is also declining a bit right now, is investing somewhere in the range of $15 to $20 billion a year. And I would say if you ask them, the problem is always finding great venture.
But because of the market issues, have some of the investments dried up, though? People putting money into venture capital?
I would say that in the last 6 months, since last September and the economic crisis, there's been a tendency for many investment firms to reserve capital for their existing investments. Okay. But still, last year, the numbers say that about 1,000 new investments were made. About a quarter of those in alternative energy, but a lot in healthcare and tech. So still many new ventures are being funded.
How many of those new ventures were in dogs is what I want to know about. We're going to shift gears just a minute and talk about one of the new ventures that you're involved with, and it's called FetchDog. So tell us about that.
Are you a dog owner, right?
I am a dog owner.
Okay.
I love dogs. But I have cats, though, too.
Oh, I see.
So why dogs?
Why
not Fetch Cat? I don't know.
Well, it's a big and very interesting market, and I'll talk about the size and attractiveness. 75 million dogs in America, in 45 million households, spending in pets in the range of $40 billion. It's about the size of the toy business. It's growing very fast, and so let's take you as a dog owner. We are dog owners as well. Particularly at the point where you get a new dog, you have needs that are not unlike a child. You have a lot of need for information about healthcare, training, nutrition, getting products, and so forth. And the question is, what are the resources available for that? Where do you go? And right now, you go to many different sources. Picking up on the what we talked about with IDEX about the transformational power of technology.
Right.
The concept here was to use the transformational power of new internet technology to create a one-stop shopping fantastic resource for dog owners for all of that information, to be able to shop,
So
get information, and socially network.
it's an entirely online experience.
Well, it's not entirely online. There are people that like to buy via catalog,
Okay.
and so we also
Right. I forgot about
have a print catalog for people who like to do business that way.
I mean, it's clear that this is about blogging, about social networking, it's about connecting those stories of dog owners together, and then sharing product ideas too. Talk about how important that strategy is and how you use it.
Dog owners tend to be a very passionate group. We sort of liken them in a way to some other online groups like gardeners and maybe people that are passionate about cooking and so forth. And so what they like, often what they like when they're shopping, is contextual information about not just what is the product, but information about how to use the product, or how somebody else used the product, or someone else like them. And so online you can do that. It's often hard in a store to get that information other than from a clerk. Here you can actually get that from peers.
Right.
You can have videos, you can have power reviews and so forth. You can listen to stories from other dog owners, and of course you've seen the website.
Yep.
We also have what we call charitable shopping, which is another thing that we think our customers like to do, which is when you shop, particularly if you came in via a nonprofit partner, you can also give some of those shopping dollars to a nonprofit partner, like maybe the shelter that you get your dog from.
You know, a lot of folks in these online businesses, the last question for this segment is they use celebrity endorsements and partnerships with celebrities to help kind of do that part. Have you ever thought about that for Fetch Dog?
I thought that issue I thought my wife's name might come up somehow.
It has to. Come on.
It has to.
Your wife is Glenn Close, and she is very much involved with the Fetch Dog kind of effort.
Yeah, no, I need to say that people have seen Fatal Attraction, think she has a pretty good recipe for boiling rabbits.
She owes. She needs to pay back.
Or a closet full of Dalmatian coats or whatever.
That's right.
But,
I forgot about that one.
That's just Hollywood.
Okay.
She's been an animal lover her whole life and a big dog owner, and so she was one of the founders of the company. She has a blog on the site where, as a function of telling people that about this business, they said, well, we would love to write about our experiences with our dogs. And so friends of ours, friends of hers in particular, but both of ours have often have done profiles on the site. I think Jane Goodall is about to come up on the site.
I appreciate that. We're going to stop right there. We are going to come back and talk some more. I want to talk to you about Icaria, the other pharmaceutical business that you're interested in. We're going to have that on our website segment, but we're going to come back in just a minute and talk more about that.
Good, thank you.
Stay there right there. To learn more about Icaria, go to icaria.com. And, of course, you have to check out all the great stuff for your dog at fetchdog.com. We'll be right back with some clips from our Out and About with Maine Biz. Stay tuned.
Maine Biz Sunday is made possible in part by funding provided by the Finance Authority of Maine and the Maine Department of Economic and Community Development.